What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another great episode of the Kyle Hartman Project. Today, I'm very excited to announce my guest, my buddy Grant Eilertson. He is the CEO and founder of Raise the Bar Training, as well as, what is the other one, Grant? Refresh my memory.
Hey, Kyle, thanks for having me on, man. We got Raise the Bar Training and the Next Level Academy.
The Next Level Academy, yeah, that's it. I thank you for that. Man, I'm excited to have you on the show because we met over the internet, I believe either through Twitter or Instagram. And so that's just another example on my show of how networking and building relationships online has helped me. And so it's really exciting to have you on the show. I want to give my guests an introduction on, a little bit about who you are, where you come from, and yeah, talk about what you're doing now with these two organizations.
Sounds good, my man. Well, if you want to know where I'm from, we got to go back a little ways because I was born and raised in Portland, Oregon, and spent a lot of my childhood and then earlier years there. That's actually where I started in the supplement industry, which was my foot in the door to this grand fitness industry. Now, I live out in Baltimore, Maryland, currently. But shoot, I'm a rolling stone, and it's tough to keep me locked down in one spot for too long.
So Maryland, and what are you doing with, let's start with Raise the Bar Training. Let's talk a little bit about that. How did that come out? What is Raise the Bar Training? I know that I've seen a YouTube page for it, but explain a little bit about what that is, and then we'll talk about the other one as well.
Absolutely. So Raise the Bar Training, you might say, is my little baby. Now, I ran numerous supplement stores for many a year because I was frankly obsessed. Frankly, just 100% obsessed with my own personal fitness, and it was the best thing I could think to do at the time. Now, working in retail for a number of years, especially in management, takes a toll on you, and I did realize that the industry was not going to last. The biggest problem that I saw with it, though, was that I had a terrible inability to really connect with customers and make a lasting change in their lives. So while I genuinely enjoyed seeing the same people come in month after month, seeing them not get the results that I desperately wanted them to have really hurt.
And
so
I want to add one thing to that too. When he's talking about his passion for these customers, I can tell you that you were one of GNC's youngest retail managers, weren't you? So just to give everybody an idea of how passionate you were about the position you were in.
Yeah, thanks, Kyle. I was actually apparently one of the youngest managers to ever work for GNC, and I had 2 stores at the same time before I turned 19.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, you definitely cared about what these people needed and what they, you wanted to help, I can tell. So from there, so then that inspired you saw an issue, I guess, and you then started to figure out how to create, a solution, or what happened from there?
Yeah, anybody that shopped at a corporate retail store, especially supplements in general, knows that the customer's best interest isn't always put first. And that's where I wanted to start something new. So I brought together actually a team of fitness professionals in order to back me up in my passions with a lot more knowledge and experience, and that's where Raise the Bar Training was founded. Now, it's a completely online experience for high-performing businessmen to be able to be as successful, if not more, in the rest of their lives as they have been in business.
Wow. Okay. That's really exciting stuff then.
Absolutely. We've been having a great time.
So what is your main channel of getting your content out? Is it your YouTube channel then for Raise the Bar Training?
I love doing YouTube videos because it allows me to go a little bit deeper with people.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter is, Instagram has been my primary platform for the past year, and that's what gets the most attention at this current time.
That's I can relate to that because I'm a big fan of Instagram. I think your Instagram page you're coming up on 7,000 followers. So one thing I want to know, because, with myself starting this media company, and one thing that I want to do is help other brands with their Instagram pages eventually and things like that. So my biggest question is, what is, I guess, your biggest piece of advice for obtaining followers, but not only getting followers, but really getting them to be involved with your brand and, what you're trying to promote?
Well, you know what's funny? If you asked me a year ago, I probably would have had a different answer. Now, I was obsessed almost with vanity numbers at first because I figured the more people I could reach, the better impact I could have.
Right.
But I was almost going about it the wrong way, because the depth of connection and creating that long-lasting relationship is way more important than anything else.
Right. I agree.
So my biggest tip and the biggest things that have helped me were to be incredibly consistent with your posting. I have not missed a day except for the 1 week that I took off to finally go on vacation over the past year. So there's about 400 posts, and if you look at it, it goes day by day by day. Now, obviously, consistency is not just going to be the number one thing, because you also have to be providing quality along with it. So just try to get into the minds of the people who I want to serve, and really just answering those questions that I believe would help transform their lives the most.
Okay, cool. With that being said then, so do you have anyone that has helped you to reach that sort of mindset? I mean, did you follow any sort of social icons? Did you read certain books? I mean, do you have anything that we can really tell the people listening right now, who to turn towards or where to start looking if they don't know where? Because I mean, for me, I've had certain experiences like that. So I'm curious to know if you have anybody that you follow closely that's helped you.
What's funny is I actually have to refrain from consuming much content because it influences my message. So to remain as true to myself as possible, I keep it down to a very, very select amount of, content consumption.
Right.
With that being said, though, Grant Cardone has been a fantastic influence for just consistency and hustle.
Okay.
And he's the one that kind of took over Gary Vaynerchuk, who was one of my original inspirations.
Got you. Yeah, Gary is definitely my original inspiration as well, along with probably a lot of people that'll be on this show. So that's really neat. So let's get into, this has been, so you launched this about a year ago, you said?
Yeah, so Raise the Bar training has been fully official for about a year and a couple months.
And what specific services do you guys offer? Or I guess what are your most popular services that people are going towards?
Oh, I keep it incredibly simple. And there's nothing for purchase. There's nothing that can be bought without going through an interview process.
Okay.
Because, while I wish I could help every single person out there, the only people whose lives I can truly transform are going to be those people that I connect with on a deep level. So that's where the Next Level Academy comes into play. It's actually a 5-step process that we go through with busy professionals to help them to master their fitness and become more productive in other areas of their life. So that's actually something where if anybody were to be interested, I set up a free consultation call just to see if we might vibe, and then go into essentially the perks of embracing a different type of lifestyle. But that's the thing, we work with a very select amount of people, and then my hope is that others will follow suit, niche down, and then pick those with whom they can make the biggest impact, rather than just trying to pepper the industry with a bunch of half-assed people.
Right. I understand that. I think that helps the effectiveness of your brand as well, and your message for as long as you continue.
Absolutely.
So my next question then would be, these, I don't know if you would even call them clients, these relationships that you build, are you providing more of a sort of a consistent discipline coaching style of, helping these guys reach these goals by, I guess, making sure that they're staying committed to the goal? Or,
You know,
or is it more
yeah,
of a bond and a friendship where you show them new things that they can do to reach goals and certain things?
I'll elaborate a little further on the way we do things because I know it can be a little confusing. You
Sure.
know, I never believed in the here's a template, here's something for you to eat, and I'll talk to you every week.
Right, right.
You know, I'm sure that could work for a few people, but it's really just not the best solution. So on my staff, I have 2 trainers who hold national certifications, degrees in kinesiology, etc. I have a prehab coach, and we have an accountability coach as well. Now, rather than having sporadic communication, we work through an entire 3-month course. You could think of it like taking a college class to the point at which you could start with no knowledge and finish being able to teach somebody else. But we provide continuous support, you know, through daily communication, weekly calls, live video chats, etc. It really is just a full all-encompassing course to try and change the lives of people, not just provide them with tools, but allow them to achieve a state at which they could teach other people in the process. So, you know, we love working with parents because the influence they're going to have on their kids will be so much greater after they are able to embody a different state of health and wellness.
That's awesome. I need to look into stuff like this, and this is why I love surrounding myself with a lot of you fitness gurus, because I don't know if you've seen pictures of me, but I don't get into a gym very often, and it's something that I've, you know, always known in the back of my head that I need to take care of my body, things like that, and so I'm really excited that I get to surround myself with individuals like yourself who, you know, are creating these helpful, like very helpful resources and strategies for individuals that just need that little bit of extra support to, you know, to stick to those goals and to learn about new channels in life that they can succeed in as well. So I'm really excited for you. One thing I think I want to spill the beans on for everybody that is listening to this episode, Grant, man, you got to tell everybody how old you are. I think this is mind-blowing. And I think that this is going to turn a lot of ears. If you guys are just coasting through this episode, this is where you want to really pay attention, man. Tell these guys how old you are, Grant.
You know, I will be turning 21 in a couple weeks.
This guy's not even old enough to drink a beer in public, and he's out here changing huge, huge lives. I mean, this is incredible stuff. I am very fortunate to have you on this episode. Man, so let's do this. What do you think for our listeners right now, Grant? And man, it's incredible that you've achieved so much at this age too. But what do you think would be the number one thing that you would want the listeners to know right now? You know, in a sense of them finding their dream or following their dream or achieving their next goal in life. Give them something that you've learned along your path, because I'm sure your path has come super fast at that age. So
yeah, you know, the biggest thing I could share is somebody who's lost a lot of people that were very close to me in life very quickly. Life's short.
Right.
You know, and if you are not obsessed with it, don't fucking do it. Don't do it. That's the biggest thing. And I have become obsessed with a single mission, and it's really what takes up 100% of my day. And it makes me absolutely happy because it allows me to engineer my surroundings. Like you were talking about, surrounding yourself with people who are going to push you to be better.
Right.
You have absolute control over everything you watch, hear, see, that goes with watch. So everything you watch, hear, smell, taste, touch, engineer your environment to allow you to be better every day, and you can't fail.
I'm glad you said that, and I know you said that earlier too about when I asked you, you know, who you follow and this and that. You said your content consumption has really, really gone down to a minimal level. And, you know, I didn't want to interrupt you then, but I wanted to totally tell you that I agree completely. I've noticed that as well within myself. And so then you brought that up one more time, and I'm so glad, because everybody, you need to understand that he's absolutely right. You control absolutely everything that you fill your mind with each day, from your phone, from our environment, everywhere. So, I think that can attest to, just always thinking positive, that, that end really works, but also start filling your content. If you're not filling content from yourself, if you're not fulfilling what you think you need to be doing every day, I would start changing the content you're looking at to, individuals that are doing what you might want to do, and then go from there. So Grant, man, that was you hit the nail on the head with that, I think. So
If I could interject real quick,
go ahead,
man,
yeah.
to that point, you are going to follow an agenda every single day of your life. And if you don't pick what that agenda is, it's going to be someone else's.
Yeah. And you have to just start, even if you don't know every detail what that agenda is going to be, but you just know it's what you're going to do. You have to start. You have to take that leap of faith, and then you'll finally start to see that everything will fall into place, because at that point you've then taken the reins on your life. You're guiding your actions, you're guiding everything you put your energy towards into this goal, into this mission that you have. So I'm very excited for your future. I think it's hilarious that I can call you a young man, because I feel like you are just levels ahead of where I am with what you're doing. And so for that, man, I'm super proud of you. I think for everybody listening, I can tell you guys personally that, like I said, I don't go to gyms a lot. I don't work out a lot. I will just be honest, I'm just too lazy, So one thing I can really say about this guy is he is one of very, very few people that I met out of thin air and has actually inspired me to really work out a plan to start consistently getting healthier and healthier. So I'm really excited for a lot of you to get to check him out. I hope that you guys go follow him. Be sure to look up the YouTube page, because he has loads of content daily.
Man, I really appreciate that. And just to give you a little shout, I put out things, even like my daily morning routine, that if you are not to the point at which you feel like you can even get a gym membership, my morning routine does not include me going to the gym, but it sets me up to be wildly more productive than anything else that I could do. And just watching something like that, taking the small steps rather than worrying about how you're going to get to the big ones, that's the way you do it. So I'm super stoked to hear that I've had any sort of influence on you, because that's what I do this for. It makes me happy to see that.
Right. It's what we thrive off of as, as certain content creators and as, different business builders, I guess. One thing I wanted to ask you with this mission that you're on, and I think you might appreciate this question. I don't know how much you dug into it, with the idea of audio and technology. And one thing I've thought of with a lot of fitness companies, and you just touched on it a little bit, was the first couple minutes of everybody's day. Have you ever thought about using an app? I know there's apps now, like I use this app called Anchor, that you can just speak into it like you're talking on the phone, but you can turn it into a mini recording, a mini podcast, and shoot it out. And I know now they're looking into technology with like Amazon Echo and Alexa about capturing people's first couple minutes of their day. Have you ever thought about anything like that as far as your organizations are concerned, to where maybe you structure something to where you get people up out of bed, you energize them, you give them some words of encouragement, you let them know, just all the things that you want to let them know, I guess. Have you ever kind of thought about any technology being incorporated into your mission and your motive?
Man, that's a fantastic idea. And, well, I haven't even heard of that app yet. I've delved into a couple things like SoundCloud, for example, and I went ahead and took an afternoon to record, I want to say maybe 20 different motivational messages.
Oh, so yes.
For people to potentially download and play when they're feeling like someone's not on their side. There's always someone out there looking out for your best interest, but if you can't ask for help, you'll never get it.
Absolutely. Oh man, so your mind is there, I think. So I'm excited. I will have to get with you after we get done recording later this week or something, and I'll give you a little insight on this app that I use that's pretty nifty. But I think that it's genius that you did that. I know my first guest on my show was another fitness guy, one of my buddies, Ronnie Jackson, and I know I brought that idea to his attention as well. And I think that it's something that, I would encourage any company to look forward to doing something like that. But I think for fitness, it just meshes so well because, a lot of you guys are experts at, making the mind disciplined and really learning how to live like a healthy, happy lifestyle to the core. So, I think you guys have a lot of powerful messages to put out there. And like you said, there's always somebody that can use those messages, and there's always people that have those messages to give. So,
yeah, man, I would love to hear more about that because, shoot, new ideas coming from people like you, they're definitely worth listening to.
And that's why I have this project, folks. I want to get everybody's story out there because there's so many great people doing so many different things. And, I got to a point in my life, I think, where I felt so much pain at what I was consuming, I think, and just the people that I was seeing that were just miserable. I see people that I love that just have views that, they're hurt, and there's just so much hurt in the world, I think, and I wanted to show the world there's folks out here like yourself and all these other guests that I'm going to have on the show that are really just trying to make things better for everyone. And so it's just a matter of time. Just keep putting out that daily Instagram post and just keep putting out those YouTube videos because you really are changing lives.
Man, that makes me really happy. I love your mission.
I appreciate it.
Like you said, it's a really big problem, all the negativity that's out there, but the solution is small scale. We got to start with ourselves because think about it like this. If you can live a happier day, you've changed a single world already. You changed your own, and then you're going to impact every single other person with whom you come into contact with.
Yes, I agree. You can't be the best for anything or anyone else in the world unless you're the best for yourself first.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we always try to end an episode with a quote. So I don't know, do you have a specific quote or a quote that you live by that you want to share for this episode?
Ooh, before we part, I actually want to give back a little bit. Now, right now, I'm working on a holiday ebook to answer the most common questions about why people can't achieve their fitness goals around this time of year. And even if none of you listeners are willing to tune in, Kyle, man, I would love to have your input, especially as someone who said they're just started to get into the gym.
Yes.
If I can shoot you the link to the Facebook Live I did, and you can just leave a comment that would be a question about your most common fitness troubles during this season, I want to make it easy and fun to be in the best shape of your life before the new year hits.
Okay.
Sound cool, my man?
I love it. Yes, I will take part in that. I'm going to share the heck out of that, and hopefully we get some of these listeners to take part as well. I encourage everybody to because I think that's exciting stuff. Yes, I'm down.
Love it. Now, I guess what I could leave you with right now, my biggest quote that's changed my life, that which we avoid doing most is what will most transform our lives.
Wow. That's pretty deep.
It might take a little thought on that one, but that which we avoid doing is that which will change our lives the most.
I like it. I'm going to let that one sit. I think that everybody should think about that one. I think I got it. I don't want to say what my thoughts are, though, because I think it can be translatable to a lot of different situations. But I like that quote. Probably one of the best ones on the show so far.
Awesome.
Man, Grant, it's been a pleasure having you on my show. I look forward to watching you progress. I look forward to being on a future episode with you down the road. I'm going to start sharing all of your videos now that people have an introduction as to who you are. I know they've been seeing a little bit of you in some of my stories and things like that all over Facebook and Snapchat. But, man, I'm excited for you. Keep inspiring me, at least. If you don't inspire others, you inspire me. So, and I just want to thank everybody again for staying in on this show and for following the Kyle Hartman Project, taking time out of your lives to see who I meet and, you know, to see these other people's stories and to hear what they had to say. So it means the world to me that you guys all sit down and take these 20-minute sessions to listen in. If you guys are still with us, if you only listen for a minute at a time, hey, I still, from the bottom of my heart, love every minute that you guys participate, because that's time that you're taking out of your lives to give to us. So, Grant, I'll leave the floor to you, my man, and then we will cut this, but it has been an awesome experience and an incredible episode, and I can't thank you enough as well.
Hey, thank you so much, Kyle. I really identify with your mission, and shoot, man, I really appreciate you making the time to have me on today. I guess all that I want to leave every one of you guys with out there today is that you do not have to be the best. All you got to do is be better every day, and you cannot be stopped.
Constant pursuit of progress, not perfection.
Boom.
All right, this has been another wonderful episode of the Kyle Hartman Project. We are going to be sharing this ebook, so make sure to check that out. I know I will hear all of you guys complaining about all this holiday food and all these regrets come January and February. Let us help you. I'm going to get some help. I'm going to check this out. I'm going to give him the feedback. He deserves it. He works his tail off, and from this episode, if you watch these pictures that I'm going to share with this podcast, you're going to see that Grant doesn't mess around, guys. So thanks again for tuning in. It's been another wonderful episode of the Kyle Hartman Project. We'll see you next week.